I had an epiphany while I was meditating on scripture and praying, and this is the insight of the meditation. In Revelation 22, last book of the Bible, last chapter in Revelation, the angel of Jesus says this to John. He says, "Let the evildoer still do evil, and the filthy still be filthy, and the righteous still do right, and the holy still be holy." What you have displayed here is it's not as though there's a change. It's actually continuance. And so he says, if you are at the root, if your DNA is evil, do evil. If your DNA is filthy, be filthy. But if your DNA is righteous, do right. If your DNA is holy, do holy. You see, in our world, we don't always have we don't always do what we seem to be. You know, appearances can be deceiving, is the famous adage. And so what you have displayed here in this verse is that your looks will become what you truly are. You'll seem to change potentially if you're not always consistent with what you are, but what you will be is what you absolutely are at the heart. That's coupled with a verse in Mark chapter 4. Jesus says in verse 25, "For to the one who has, more will be given, and the one who has not, even what he has will be taken away." So what you have here in verse 25, Jesus says that the one who thinks he has something, but it hasn't taken root, it hasn't changed him. That insight. So if you attend church, but you're not genuinely Christian in the eyes of God, that insight, that practice of church attendance, of reading the Bible, of all of that will just disappear. God will ensure that it will not continue, because that's not what you are. You see, if you're evil, you will visibly display your evil. If you are holy, if you attend church and read the Bible because you want to serve God, the things that you do to serve God will become more and more manifest. And so that's connected to 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, starting in verse 11. "Therefore God sends them." Who is them? Them is a religious people that is really interested in religion, but not so interested in loving the truth, truly believing the truth. They're interested in forms and outer things. You see, this is a religious kind of person who doesn't actually love the things that they say they love. In order to clear all that up, what God does is he sends them a delusion. He makes them believe something that's false. Why does he do that? So it says, "Therefore God sends them a strong delusion so that they may believe what is false." Why? Why would he do that? In verse 12, "In order that all may be condemned who did not believe the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness." You see, they don't actually believe. What they like is they like the benefits of religion. They like the looks of religion. They like the sound of religion. They like the community. They like the music. They like the preaching even. But they don't love the truth. They don't believe the truth. Indeed, what they really love is their sin. And so God condemns them. Do you see the connection between these verses? You see, in Revelation, the angel says, as things continue, those who are at their heart very evil become very evil. But not because it's a change, just because it's what they are. And you see in Mark 4, Jesus says that those who have in their minds truth, but it hasn't changed them, that's going to go away. And then in 2 Thessalonians 2, you see God is not going to have a people that doesn't actually want what his religion and his truth is supposed to be about. He will change them so that they don't believe the truth any longer. Now, I think this is a pretty cool and important insight. Not that it's necessarily good news. It's not good news for people to fall away, but it's good news for this reason. If you genuinely love the truth, you don't like it when fakers hold to the truth and, give it a bad name and make it look really evil. If you love the truth, you don't want people that don't love your Lord in the midst of what's called Christianity. And ultimately, you want people that are called Christian to be Christian. And I think the cool thing about that is God cares too, and he's going to do something about it. It's kind of a scary insight, but it's a good insight. And it's important that God, from time to time, and especially at the end, God cleans up his house. And I'm looking forward to that personally. Thanks for your time.